Hi, welcome back to my decorating series. We're going to go inside and start the 13th floor with a living room. So, now that we're on, kind of really in the meat of the second half of the house, we can start doing some more private areas. Not to say there won't still be some public areas, especially the closer to the top of the house. I have some plans there. But I haven't made a primary suite yet, and I haven't made more informal living spaces for like where you'd spend time with your family. I've done a lounge, I've done a parlor, and I've done some cozy hangout spots for when you have company. But I wanted to start working on some spaces that would be more for the people that actually live in the home. So I started with a living room because it felt very logical to me. It also felt like if you think about the floor that is below it and what I'm thinking about the floor above this, you'd want kind of a buffer for noise. Like if people were hanging out below this floor in the tavern and more rustic spaces, you wouldn't want to put a bedroom directly above it. So the logical thing from my point of view was to make it a living room, because the living room could get a little bit noisier, but it would also be a little bit more relaxed and chill. And if the family is hanging out in the living room but then going to a bedroom above it, they wouldn't be there to make noise while someone was trying to sleep, because it would technically be the same people. So the other thing I wanted to do was kind of use some of these really bright pieces of furniture, these really colorful with like bold shapes and patterns and colors and textures, because I haven't used a ton of them in other spaces. A couple of these pieces I've used, but we have a lot now, especially since we've recently gotten the Inside Out stuff in the most recent Star Path and update. And so I wanted to try and challenge myself to use some of those things, and I didn't realize just how pink and purple everything was. Like, I kind of registered it, but putting them down in a room made me go, oh, this is a lot. This is a lot of bright, bright pink. But it gave me, something to work with. And we have other things that could coordinate with it, like that little Agrabah Aladdin poof thing. We also had this tangled carpet and some cherry blossom things. So I decided to really lean into the purples and pinks for this room, and including those lights that I just put up on the wall. Even though they're kind of a thorny, evil looking kind of, ominous style, they're purple lights. And later I'm gonna do my normal look at the evening lighting, and I really love the fact that I chose them, even though their vibe isn't quite as lighthearted, I guess, as the rest of the stuff in the room. The color is perfect. So I also wanted to use that pink chandelier from Wreck-It Ralph, because I know that at night it glows a very pink light. So I threw all that stuff down. I did want to divide the room a little bit, but I used these bookshelves because they're open. You can actually see through them, so it made it feel a little bit less closed off. And I thought that was a fun way to break up the room. I also didn't want to do my typical entry through the center or just to one side, so I kind of made it you could go either direction. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to move the doors so you can either go left or right from the entrance into one of those side doors, or go around into the living room. Oh, and yes, I wanted to have a little spot with these pictures, even though I think in the end I'd just drop it down to one Minnie picture, one Mickey picture, and the Daisy picture. I would like to have more characters, because I think we have like 2 or 3 different Mickeys and then 2 or 3 different Minnies. And it would be nice to have like Donald and Goofy and stuff like that, because a lot of homes, especially in like family or living room spaces, people will do like a gallery wall or a little table displaying pictures of their family members. And so I think it'd be great if we could get some more character pictures like that. But I worked with what we had because I wanted to create that little space, because it's pretty common in a lot of homes. Oh yeah, I played around with those pillars for a minute. They're kind of ridiculous, but I almost went with them. I think in the end I take them out and put something else in their place. But right now I'm looking for things that might go in a living room. I thought about, there's a little like robot vacuum and then a robot steward. And I almost thought about putting them in here, but I have some ideas for those, so I saved them for later. And I definitely wanted to add some flowers, definitely wanted to add some greenery, as usual. Not a ton. I really did a big focal piece of the cherry blossom tree in the corner. And I didn't want to go over the top with plants in this room, but I mean, plants are always good to add, I feel like. Then I started looking for things that could be white or blue or something like that as far as side tables or accent pieces, because I didn't want it to be all just pink and purple. So having some other touches of other colors I thought was helpful. And it was kind of fun putting these really bright colors down, because I like a lot of bright colors, but I think some of these pieces are things I haven't used yet or haven't used in abundance. And putting them all together, I mean, it's a really bright room, but the balance of the bright colors of the furniture and stuff with this kind of dark purple wall that we got from inside out, I think goes together really well. So, oh yeah, I'm looking for stuff to put on the walls, some more decor objects. I did want to put this wall behind the pink couch was really, really blank. And so I wanted to make sure I filled it up with some art or something like that. So right now I'm just scrolling through trying to get any options out to play with. And I end up making it simpler than I thought I might in the beginning. I end up paring it down to just 3 paintings. But yeah, I just wanted a little variety there. All right, well, let's go inside and check it out. Getting started on the 13th floor this week. Really excited to be moving on to some more private family spaces, because I've done so much work on spaces you might share with company that it's kind of fun to think about, like, what would the people that live in this home want for their own spaces. And because we have such a variety of objects and color palettes and textures and stuff like that, it's really fun to combine the idea of private spaces with some of these more unique color combinations and objects, especially since they keep adding stuff to the game. This is another room where it is difficult to kind of maneuver around, but if you're going to be decorating, you're going to have to realize that you're probably not going to visit all of these spaces as regularly as you might during normal gameplay. So just go ahead and have fun with adding all the stuff you want to add without worrying too much about being able to walk around comfortably. Oh yes, look at this pink and purple light situation. This room definitely has a vibe. I'm not normally a girly girl or like pink and purple girl, but I really love how all of this stuff goes together. And I love the pops of blue and the greenery and just all the little objects in here pulled together really well. The tea cart, the little side table, the tulips. And it's an interesting jumping off point for the rest of this space. I'm not sure if I'm going to do kind of what I did on the 12th floor, where everything kind of has to have that same kind of rustic feel. Like, I'm not necessarily going to do just pinks and purples and more feminine looking things on the 13th floor now. But it'll be interesting to see how all 4 of these rooms pull together as a group in the end. That's it for today's decorating adventure. If you liked this video, a thumbs up is a great way to let me know, and a subscription will keep you up to date on my latest shenanigans. If you want to hang out with me live, I stream on YouTube and Twitch on Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are, and I'll see you next time.